All of you know that the internet has revolutionized the way that our kids learn. Of course you do. But did you know that it's also revolutionized the way that they cheat?
A search on the website YouTube of the phrase "how to cheat in school" yields astounding results. Over 3,000 videos. In reality, one survey found that 72% of students admitted cheating.
Cheating is pervasive in your child's high school. There's an overwhelming likelihood that it is. And it's going to be very hard to dislodge it from your school.
What happened in our class, I assigned a project where we just had to do a transcription and a translation of an Italian song, and most of the people in the class went straight to the internet where most of the work is, of course, and then printed something out and turned it in. I mean, why wouldn't we do it? To a certain extent, it's figuring out a balancing act of what is useful, what can enhance our learning process, and what kind of hinders it.
Sometimes I think students feel that it doesn't really matter what they do, and they're just comfortable kind of riding on somebody else's shoulders. And so times that has happened with me, I try to encourage students to create a community that they feel like they belong to, and something that they begin to understand that when they contribute and give to that community, it gives back. Finding ways to help people to understand what matters, I think, is core to all of that, and it's something that does not always happen naturally in society, which is why teachers struggle, I think, sometimes with that in their classroom.
So, in our classrooms, we must begin by presenting our students with tasks that they can easily complete in front of us without much effort. The next step is to slowly increase the difficulty of the problems that you ask your students to solve, and to make sure that they complete them in front of you, utilizing resources that don't present them with the answer, but rather show them the ways to find the solution on their own. In the simplest possible terms, the key to stopping your students from taking the easy way out of their education is to show them how much more rewarding it is to work for something than to just have it handed to them. By reinforcing this idea over the years of their schooling, I believe that we as educators can stop the practice of cheating in its tracks.
I'm a practicing Jew, and I'm always being made fun of because people think that Jews are stingy with money or are orthodox, but that's not really the case.
So in high school I switched schools pretty often, and I feel like because of that I was often targeted by my peers, and I usually felt pretty alone.
Bullying is a very prominent issue today. Many students feel either invisible, or as if everything that they do is noticed as being wrong or different. We all know that early in a child's life is when most of their mannerisms are developed. So is it possible that at the primary level we can use music education as a way to reach our students and teach them to be kind to others?
I think that if teachers teach students to be more open-minded about people, the world would be so much better.
And I think as educators, building a solid community within the student body can really help combat issues like I faced.
In my ideal classroom, I would have my students play games frequently where they were required to say one nice thing about each other. In this way, students will learn not only how nice it feels to be kind to one another, but they will also gain self-esteem from hearing what others like about them. We can also help guide our students to become friends with everyone in the class and help them see the good things in each and every individual. Another way I will try to help grow a kinder future generation is through subliminal messaging. I will always pick pieces of music about loving one another and about peace and kindness in the world. This concept may sound silly and cliché, but I firmly believe that as educators we are very much like parents, except the parents are not always equipped with the education and skills that it takes to raise a human life. If we can think of our students more like our children, then we can learn to focus not only on teaching them the content of our subject, but also about how to become better, kinder, more considerate individuals. In this way, we can utilize our position as educators to build the next generations of students into what I would consider a group of all-around better people.